Consuela, I'm sorry, but this is not working out. We're asking you to go.
No, I stay. I clean.
You don't understand. You're fired.
No.
I'm gonna get some stuff signed in first. I want to try to stream to TikTok real quick. So hold on real quick. Uh, oh, I am live. Does it show up on my phone for that? That's kind of terrible. They need to fix that. Probably won't, but they'll kept it that way. But whatever. Okay, since I am properly doing it, hopefully we can be hard. I'm gonna make sure. I'm hoping everything on TikTok side is looks decent. Hold on, real quick. Hopefully it doesn't open on the wrong side. Oh, did it? Probably did. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna have to just view it from a different way. I'm gonna pull this over on this side. I just need to see the chat. That's all I care about. Well, download on my PC. I'm just gonna watch it from my own stream. Okay, hold on. Well, I guess welcome to the stream. I know it's not one of my days. If you are brand new into the chat and decided to join onto us, you got this sent to you, or you just saw this pop up on your Twitter and decided to click on it. Hello. It's gonna be a little bit of a different one because I'm gonna try something new because I normally don't do this, and I've been actually wanting to try this. But as you can see, I am on the Marvel Rivals YouTube page, and today I'm just gonna be watching their trailer, their dev vision, and for the new season, the character trailer, and their battle pass. And I'm gonna also be going over the patch notes as well. So, I guess since I've been kind of going for a little bit, I'm just gonna get into it now. Hopefully the audio is not too terrible. Hopefully y'all can hear this pretty well. Oh, come on. I am connected to the internet.
Take the next step in treating your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis with Entyvio, the only gut-focused treatment for...
Our city is under siege, and these vigilantes threaten us all. As your mayor, I will end this game of cat and mouse.
Just what the mayor ordered.
Hiring petty thieves while the city's in crisis? Why am I not surprised?
How unexpected.
You miscalculated.
Don't cross my path!
So, I guess we could go through it and pause.
And
So this is gonna be Kingpin's definitely gonna be the big bad. It's gonna be either some type of game mode that's fighting to get up to him as the main boss, and then we have to defeat him, and then I don't know what happens at the end there, but I think that's gonna be what's gonna be the main focus. Hopefully, was that too low? Hold on. Was that too low? Let me see if that.
vigilante.
Let me see if that was too low.
Threaten us all. As your mayor, I will end this game of cat and mouse.
Just what the mayor ordered.
Hiring petty thieves while the city's in crisis.
Okay, we got Black Cat and White Fox or whatever her. I don't remember the full name of her, but but she seems like either a duelist or a strategist.
Why am I not surprised?
How unexpected.
You miscalculated.
And then in here, Black Cat looks like she's gonna be a DPS or a duelist. But I've heard that she might be actually a Vanguard, because if you actually know like lore past just comics, you know there's in the I think either an animated series or something where she actually gets the Super Soldier Serum and ends up becoming more of a buff version of herself, and ends up becoming basically like a tank. So if they go with the tank version of her, I think this is gonna be a brand new like another close range melee tank. So I feel like this season's gonna be more close range melee. It's gonna be interesting to see what that role is gonna be actually in game. Because to me, this seems like more of a support or a DPS ult. That's what I can get White Foxes from. Hers seems like that. While Black Cat, I can't really don't know exactly how hers would be like. Because it seems like hers would kind of be more of a DPS in this situation. That's why probably people maybe are looking at it as like she's probably going to be a DPS, but she probably could be a tank because there is lore behind it that she's going to be a tank. But we've got to wait to see, because I don't know if I think they're releasing White Fox first, and then Black Cat's coming at second half of the season. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see what Black Cat's gonna be actually like. I guess we could go to the Dev Vision, because that's gonna be probably like the longest one out of it, and then we're gonna do the.
When your severe
White Fox
asthma says you
reveal
can't,
and-
Tespire says you can. Tespire is an add-on treatment.
Battle Pass. Let's see what they do. 'Cause I heard that a lot of things they are going to be doing.
Hello everyone,
especially
Guang Guang here.
resetting.
It's great to be back with you all. Mayor Fisk never imagined that his city, still reeling from the devastation of the Eternal Night, would face an even greater crisis. Out of nowhere, Alchemax Corporation from the year 2099 descends upon Lower Manhattan, spreading its influence like a plague and transforming entire neighborhoods into their 2099 counterparts. Determined to save New York from being completely consumed, Fisk takes desperate measures. He orders a city lockdown, arrests all superheroes from different timelines, and has Black Cat to steal a mysterious stone tablet.
Oh, she's working for Fisk. She's working for Kingpin. I wonder if they're ever gonna decide to add him to the game, Kingpin. I like he's pretty much a normal guy, but he's just big. So he would definitely be a tank, but I would love to see what they would actually make his abilities and then especially his ult if they ever did decide to add him in the future. Because there's so many characters they could add, but I guarantee you what they're like in my brain what they would do is whatever characters are similar in future they'll just change it to that character. That they'll kind of skin it and then they'll like do their abilities so then they don't have to constantly sit there and make new heroes add to the game because then the roster would be way too big. Cause it's already, I think it's kind of already too big at it right now.
He believes this tablet holds the key to New York's survival, but unknowingly, his actions have crossed the line with the current Tiger Division director, White Fox. To rescue her captured colleague, Luna Snow, White Fox risks everything to infiltrate this barricaded foreign city.
So White Fox is on
In
the
Season
hero
7,
side.
White Fox joins Marvel Rivals. White Fox is a strategist who wields the power of her Gumiho bloodline alongside swift martial arts, adapting her combat style to fit any battle situation. In combat, she can use Yuoge Sword to heal allies and damage enemies, absorb and store Gumiho energy, then unleash it to buff teammates and charm foes.
Another heal
Whether
buff
allies
character
are
for
getting
support.
stunned or trapped behind enemy lines, White Fox can instantly reach their side, channel her Fox bloodline for partial transformations, and
It's a
use
fucking
jump claws
Kiriko.
and
No, it's
mystical
another
tails
Kiriko.
to push back enemies while healing teammates.
We're getting a Kiriko
When
in
she
this game.
activates her
I should have
ultimate,
known by the White Fox.
Fox reveals her full nine-tailed form, using powerful claw strikes to suppress enemies and
was
heal
inevitable,
allies,
but at the same
while also
time,
infusing Gumiho energy into teammates to grant them unstoppable and life-steal effects, helping the team shine in crucial moments. The new Convergence map, Lower Manhattan, will launch after the Apple's second update.
I'm just gonna wonder how they're gonna like contain that because we've already seen a character in another game that can be really that kind of makes the game not bad but just they've had to that you could see that was their favorite and they just kept giving her things skins but mainly things that nobody really like to give her. Just kept giving her a kit that was just I don't know how to explain it, but just I haven't played Overwatch in a while either, so I don't know how Kiriko plays anymore because I know they changed her. I think there's some good things that they changed, but that I wonder if she's gonna play almost pretty much exactly like Kiriko. Is she gonna have kunais as her main weapon? I forget what he exactly said what she had, but I'm hoping it's not gonna be like Kiriko where she gets to like she gets a cleanse off of her teleport. Hopefully, if they do that, it gets immediately patched pretty quickly, and that, like she doesn't get an immediate cleanse. I'm hoping, or that doesn't happen immediately off when she gets released.
Can Kingpin save New York without superhero help? What sparks will fly when Black Cat and White Fox cross paths? Stay tuned. This update will feature a major round of balance adjustments. In a moment, Zhiyong will explain our plan, the adjustment process, and the specific changes in detail.
Okay, this is the one I think everybody wants to know. Oh no, this is that's the one that
Photo mode
everybody
in
wants to know.
Times
but
Square
this-
has helped everyone capture countless amazing moments. To make sure these memories last, Season 7 brings the album system. Now you can permanently save your Times Square photos to your album and revisit them anytime. You can also share your best shots, earning likes, and interactions from other
I'm
players.
hoping they can add that to like
Let
the
your
game, so
photography
like you can take
shine
pictures in the
across
mid
the
game,
Marvel universe.
be an absolute
Happy Apple Pools.
ass in the game. and
Deadpool
just, like,
and his
take a
buddy
picture
Jeff
after killing
have
somebody
been
or like
hooking up and
again this emote, but being Deadpool, and he does his his like immunity pose, you take a picture in the middle of the game, and it actually can post it on like TikTok and stuff like that, and be like mid-game, like a mid-game photo shoot, just every kill you get, and it's gonna be, it would be hilarious if they ever added to in-game, but I don't know how that would work either. Why did I mute it? I muted it.
Jeff Rodeo, that other heroes can't wait to imitate. Log in from April 1st to April 3rd to claim this emote for free. Use the emote with friends in Times Square to earn units and title rewards.
We over here.
What makes Marco's Specialty Pizzas so special? They're specially crafted with premium toppings, from garlic parmesan white.
For Season 7, we've prepared a batch of adorable new accessories for White Fox, Iron Fist, Hawkeye, Mr. Fantastic, Ultron, Adam Warlock, Penny Parker, Venom,
Hulk
Hulk,
gets one?
and Elsa
Hulk is,
Blackstone.
I guarantee this is Hulk.
This will be
Red
released
Hulk.
with the new
She-Hulk,
update.
or whatever her name is. Probably getting
In
some
Season
attached-
7, verified
Hulk
college
tab on his shoulder.
students will get access
Okay,
to
it's
a
good.
new rotation of 10 costumes
this
and
is
MVPs.
Season
University students
2
can verify
all the way
with
back to,
their
like, season 3
education
or
email
4.
to unlock these exclusive benefits. Now, I will hand it over to Zhiyong for all the details on Season 7
Okay,
team up ability
we're getting into
changes
the actual
and
part that
balance
matters, that what
updates.
everybody wants to know.
Hey Rivals, I'm Ziyong, and as Season 6 comes to a close and Season 7 approaches, I'm here to walk you through all the team up ability changes and our major balance adjustments, featuring a comprehensive and deep analysis of our balancing approach.
Okay. Dynamic evolution of team up ability. Okay, we're getting another
White
Luna
Fox
one.
and her Agents of Atlas teammate, Luna Snow, reunite in this new team up ability. White Fox grants Luna a Spirit Fox that protects her. Luna can activate and send out the Spirit Fox, which travels in a straight line, passing through both allies and enemies, healing teammates while damaging and briefly
No, she
charming
doesn't need a-
foes. After launching the Fox, Luna also gains a movement speed boost for a
She doesn't need more movement or anything. Why are we giving her more ability to just get away? She already can skate away faster than any other character in this game. Why do we need Luna to have a speed boost ability? And then plus, and she also has her own snowflake, which also gives, I think, her speed boost and damage boost on herself. So why? Why are we giving her that?
short duration.
She don't need anything else. Okay, Storm's getting something with Adam.
Storm channels her elemental power into Adam Warlock with the force of a swirling cyclone. When Adam uses his soaring surge ability, his movement speed is increased. While flying, Adam leaves behind a charge trail that heals and speeds up allies who pass through
Okay.
it.
Little more speed boost for everybody. So, ooh, we're gonna get a bunch of stacking speed boosts.
Jeff Nado is set to dissipate and be removed from
Okay,
play.
that's understandable why they're doing that. That makes sense. Because since they're adding Storm and Adam, they're gonna take that away. And then Adam also has a team up with Luna, so we're gonna see more Luna Storm.
Duality Dance
Adam can get
extends its
something?
last dance for now.
Oh, no, never
is
mind, I
leaving
take
the
that away.
stage.
Spoke too soon.
Season 6 saw the arrival of Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone. Deadpool, as our first triple role hero, brought teams more tactical flexibility. Thanks to his unique upgrade system, Deadpool can fulfill a variety of positions as matches progress through choosing different progression paths. His ultimate ability breaks the usual energy cycle, offering new ways for teams to break through enemy lines.
Yeah.
Elsa Bloodstone is a new Hiscan duelist. She builds up instinct in battle and uses her expert hunting skills, switching between her elephant gun and shotgun to pressure enemy front lines. Unleashing the Grad trucks at the right moment can be devastating to the enemy team. Back in Season 5, we increased most heroes' base power and introduced new mechanics for ultimate ability energy, acceleration, and drain. This sped up matches, increased the frequency of ultimates, and made combat more rolling and intense, demanding better teamwork and coordination, especially to inflict overflow damage against the enemy during their strategy's ultimates. Considering the need to maintain a smooth transition, we carry this environment over into Season 6, where Deadpool's unique ultimate energy system fit right in. But there is a trade-off. Easier ultimate access makes fights more exciting, but it also compresses the windows for neutral combat or repositioning, making the rhythm relentless and potentially tiring over time. So, considering the changing battle environment over the past 2 seasons, we have put together a plan to restructure the current combat dynamic. Compared to previous seasons, more healing and damage exchanges also narrow the energy efficiency gap between triple strategies and standard double strategies lineups, lowering the entry barrier for triple strategies teams and making team composition more flexible. With strong baseline healing and protection, smart ultimate ability energy use, and fast-paced ultimate rotations, triple strategies teams offer high survivability. In this environment, dive heroes require increased teamwork to effectively burst down backliners or provide sustained disruption to make an impact. Divers who lack team coordination or solo dive have less value.
Yes.
Puck heroes,
yes, they do.
Meanwhile, can relentlessly strip away at their foes, applying pressures to their survival and push both teams' ultimate into faster cycles.
Yes, we need to change
when
that.
teamfight break out, triple strategies lineups can survive longer to withstand enemy assaults. After absorbing this onslaught, they can unleash a powerful counter-attack, relying on Vanguard and Duelist ultimates to turn the tide of battle. And while this is strong, we have heard the community thoughts about the playstyle, so let's look at some data on how much this truly affects the battlefield.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked.
I don't care.
Unlock rewards with Google Play points. So the more you play unlocked.
We've seen the community discussion around third-party lineup stats, so here's the Season 6 lineup pick and win race.
Okay. So 2-2-2 roll lineups. So 2 Vanguard, 2 Duelists, and 2 Strategists. Usage rate almost 60% of all ranks. Win rate is below 55. A 1-3-2 comp, so a Vanguard, 3 Duelists, and 2 Strategists is 16% lower than 17%, with a lower than 50% win rate. Honestly, that makes sense because not enough soaking up damage, and technically not enough supporting to combat that damage, so your Vanguards are always dying. But the next one is the most interesting, which is the 1-2-3 for 1 Vanguard, 2 Duelists, and 2 Strategists. Only a 10% win usage rate with a win rate of 45%, so less than actually the strategy, the 1-3-2. And then the one with the roll lineup with the 2 Vanguards, 1 Duelist, and 3 Strategists. Even though they have a lower usage rate, they have a higher win rate, which it's because even though yes, it has a higher win rate, the win rate just means that the usage rate means it's just less people are using it, but then their win rate can be high. So it's like more people actually did use that. I guarantee that would be way lower than what it would be. And then the last one was just 3-1-2, which is, I think I've never really seen that often. Anyways, which makes sense why it's like only below a 2% usage rate in a below a 44%, and then you have others, which I don't even know what combos that is. That has a higher win rate than that, 4%, because it's a combination of different ones that don't make sense to me. I don't know why you would use that. And a 25% win rate is kind of crazy on that, but at the same time, but then Celestial and above, so all this kind of the same thing, but 70% usage rate on the 222 with only a little bit above 50%. You would think it would be more because more people should be using them because it's a more cohesive team, but not really. 132, I make sense to have a lower win rate and a way lower usage rate. Because like that just doesn't win games as much as you think it does. It does not. You need the diversion of multiple different teams. But the one that surprises me the most on this one is the triple support one. The 213 with the 47% win rate kind of makes sense because that's 2 Vanguards and 3 strategists. So, and 1 duelist, so you have enough stuff to soak up the damage, but also you have enough to be able to still do damage because you have that third support that can also the third support, so you can heal and support, but you heal and DPS, but you're more DPSing with that third support. But then it goes off from that to it's higher on the 312 with 48% win rate, but these kind of make sense though. All these make sense. And the win rate to usage ratio of like, yeah, if it's a lower percentage rate but higher win rate, it means like most people aren't using them. It's just a certain set of people in a higher portion. Especially if you look at the Celestial and above, they only less than 8% use the 213 role lineup, versus over almost 71% of them use the 222. But then they have which then comes out to the 53% win rate because it just balances out of like, okay, yeah, you're using this more commonly thing way to that you use. You're using this more commonly used lineup, but you're going to be more like, you're going to win a little bit more than 50% of the time, but there's still going to be times where you're going to lose. While like say the 213 is only a 47% win rate, which and a 7%. So like, oh yeah, it's a super small portion of it, or like you have this higher win rate, but it's below 50%. So it's like you're winning less with this 50%, within 50% of the time, because only a small portion, less than 10% of people actually use this. Even less than 8% is using this. And all the other ones are like reasonable as well. The one that kind of sticks out to me slightly is 312, because it's because you have less sustainability with the strategist. With 3 Vanguards, that having a higher win rate than maybe the 123 and the 213, having a slight better one than this one definitely is interesting. But it does make sense because of the lower usage rate of it.
We calculate this lineup using stats based on time spent in each composition. For example, in a 10-minute game, if 222 is used for 6 minutes, it counts as 0.6 games for that lineup. If 213 is used for 4 minutes, it counts as 0.4 games. If the team wins, both lineups get credit.
So 60% of the game versus 40% of the game. Like you're using the normal 222 comp, that makes sense because it splits everything up, which would make sense. Versus a 213 comp, which you can't really split that very well amongst people. You would have to put one specific person on 2 people, and then the other 2 can split their time between the other the one person, or the vice versa, however you want to do that. But yeah, the percentage, the win, that's why the winning stuff makes sense, because of the, like, if you're only using this percentage of, okay, we're playing triple heals at the end here for the last 2 minutes of the game, or say 20% of the game, or say the game, yeah, as he said, the last 10 minutes, if the game lasts 10 minutes, and you use triple support at the end to win, you're only really using that 2% of the 2% or 20% of the game. Why then, like say you use a 1, 2, 3 at the beginning for the other 80%.
Edited promotionally for wins. Considering this, you can see that double strategies remains dominant, with the classic 2-2-2 comp having the highest win rate.
Yes, makes sense to have.
This is because while triple strategies are strong and forgiving, to reach full potential,
he's basically gonna say that this is only reason why it's used is for the last push and to push through. Basically, it's either used at the beginning to push through, the beginnings or the ends. It's never used in the middle, or it's like if you're struggling, your team is struggling at the beginning, and then you go triple support, you then push through the entire way. Or say you're struggling at the end, you use triple support and you push through at the end. But you're not really using it the entire game, because then you inevitably switch because you really don't need it for that middle part, because the middle part can go either way 50% versus the beginning and the end always end up being like, okay, whoever gets the first kill is always the ones that are going to win those, more than likely get that timer down to last minute before, like, there's a 50% chance, like, oh, you're going to win 70 to 80% of that timer away if you get that first kill. Your team gets that first kill on a normal 2-2-2 comp versus like a triple comp. If they're at the beginning, they're going to probably more likely win it because the sustainability of it, or at the end with sustainability or push through, because in one there's a support doing damage and healing.
Players must contribute more damage. They must not only compensate for the team's overall damage output, but also bridge the energy efficiency gap created by the sheer healing.
Yeah.
Balancing healing, ultimate ability energy, and coordinating for maximum ultimate coverage. This takes skill and teamwork, making it more suited to large stacks. We share this data not to defend the current meta, but to encourage everyone to pick what works best for their team.
Which is the best way to say that, like, no matter what you use, you can still use it. It's just what want to work in the moment of that said game that you are, because sometimes you may think, okay, we're losing, we might need a triple support comp, but here's the thing, it might not work that entire game, or you may go triple support and that may not even work. So, and then sometimes you have to go back to what you originally had, and you end up pushing through because it might just take you an extra minute of the game to be able to push through with that same original comp. Which I don't think people understand that. It's like, you can't just say off the first minute of within the first minute of the game that comp isn't going to work, because the comp might actually work. You just need to have a little bit more coordination with your team. Because I've realized with my games recently that I've had to talk even a little bit helps. A little bit of talking, of going in and out of the voice chat helps. Like if to anybody, I literally will tell you, go into your game. Like if you're going to go play a ranked, or even if you go play quick play, just start talking. Try to like get some ideas out, or say maybe we need to switch to something that's a little bit more like fitting, or like we need we need to coordinate ults together better, or just, we need to push when I say a tank pushes. Like the simplicity of it. This is a team-based game, and it's supposed to be communicated, but it's more of a casual. It's supposed to be more casual based. So you don't really need to communicate a lot, because you can really tell from like I want to say season 0 to beginning of season 6, the game really didn't require a lot of people talking, and up till now, because I didn't get Celestial with communicating with anybody. When I originally got to it, I got it because I just kept playing the game. That was really playtime, and it's still that can still apply too. Where playtime, you can still get to a high level with playtime, but now little bit less playtime and a little bit more communication and being actually a team, playing as a team.
We are making major changes to the overall environment in Season 7 for a better combat experience.
Okay, what are they going to do with Ultimate?
We are reducing overall ultimate energy gain range by about 20%. This will be turned differently for Vanguards and Duelists versus strategies.
Okay, so they're doing Duelists and tanks differently because we already get slow ass ults as tanks. Tanks do not get fast ults. There might be like 1 or 2 tanks that can actually physically get their ult. Like Venom can kind of get his ult pretty fast. Thor can get his ult pretty fast. I think there maybe 1 or 2 more that might get that, but in that area. Excuse me. But there's not very many tanks that get their ult fast. It takes time for them, and then sometimes certain games, like say with Thor, one game you can get it real fast. Like you do every like the combos and all like the cooldowns all properly. You're getting that all within like the first 10 to 20 seconds of the round, and then the next game you feel like you're so slow on it, and you're in the second round or second or third round without even using an ult, or you gotten the ult, you try to use it and you die with it, and you just can't get it.
To balance the experience for different team camps. For Vanguards and Duelists, damage to energy conversion will be reduced more, while passive energy regen will be reduced less, resulting in maintaining the overall cut to around 20%. This narrows the in maintain while passive energy damage for different team camps. For Vanguards and Duelists, damage to energy conversion will
so the damage to like converging it to what? To their ult. So they'll reduce it more, so you kind of get it slower. I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
While passive energy regen will be reduced less.
But then they're still reducing the passive of it by a little bit, but not as much as say Strategist or do. So we're just getting it way slower. So Vanguard is getting screwed even more with their ults. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to look at the patch notes because that makes no sense to me. Just to get a 20% overall, which I don't think Vanguards should be even touched, because I feel like Vanguards don't even get their ults that fast. There's like 2 or 3 actual Vanguards that get their ult significantly fast or decently fast, and it's like what, still at half or a 3/4 of what I say a strategist or DPS gets it. Because look at Wolverine with its 2,800 energy cost of an ult that he can get in 10 seconds. Because I don't think this will matter for Duelists. Duelists will still get their ult way faster. Support will still get their ult faster. I can see what they're doing for support
overall cut to
specifically.
around 20%. This narrows the gap between poke and dev heroes in energy game, letting diverse.
Okay, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but so they're trying to narrow the gap of it by looping them in together, by reducing the the energy conversion from damage by a ton, but then energy usage by less than what they currently are doing it by now. So then, does it really balance that out? Because I feel like they should have done that to just DPS and see how that was. If Vanguards needed it, then they should just tweak whatever is necessary. Because I feel like Vanguards are not the problem. Vanguards are not the problem.
Sharp while repositioning or waiting for an opportunity. For strategies, damage and healing to energy conversion will be reduced less, while passive energy region will be reduced more. For similarly about 20% total energy region will be energy conversion will be reduced less.
So damage and healing to energy. So like how much they do damage and healing will convert into less percentage of their ult. So say for say every 100 points of damage and healing they do, they get a percent of a percent. So say they reduce that by 50%. So say they reduce that by 50%. Or reduce the last. So is that meaning that they reduce it less? So it doesn't so it converts more or converts less to it. If I'm getting it right, because if I'm what I'm thinking is okay, the damage and healing, they do 100 healing to someone, they get a percent of that, but instead of getting 100 health or 100 like 1%, now they only get half a percent per it or something like that, or it takes more healing. So like instead of 150, it takes 150 healing to get 1% or damage.
Why passive energy?
Why passive? Oh, so then they get why they're just in a passive mode while doing nothing. They reduce it more. So they actually take they earn less in they earn less in passive. That's okay. That's what I'm getting. Why they earn? I don't know if they earn more or they just don't. I may not be getting this right. I don't know. I could just be wrong on how I'm saying it, but now I'm thinking it's okay. They're reducing more of the passive to it, so they don't get their ult as fast. Why they're just passively doing nothing? Why, when they're doing something, they have to actually be doing something to actually, and it gives them their ult actually at a decent pace.
Region will be reduced more. For similarly about 20% total reduction.
Vanguard is being the opposite. They're being the opposite versions, where it's reduced less. The pass. So we will actually tanks and DPS will get their ult more often in by being neutral or more passive than actually being in a fight. Because most of the time when tanks, I think even are getting their ults or trying to do when most ult fights are happening, tanks don't even have it because it's in their one team's in their passive and one team's in their neutral or attack state. If that's what I'm saying correct, if I'm saying that correctly, but I'm not sure. I don't know how that's gonna work. So good, just gotta see when this season comes out. Papa John's, fill the room.
This change rewards teams for successfully isolating, blocking, or diving enemy strategies healing, and after the distribution of limited healing energy, makes triple strategies teams' ultimate rotation less frequent due to low passive
That's literally just for that. And if you haven't didn't watch the because he did not an interview, Guang Guang. He was at a panel or something. He said something about how triple strategy is actually not as prevalent as people think it is, and it really is not. You only see it a small portion of the games. That's why when he said about about the if you use the 2-2-2 comp, he said talking about the 2-2-2 comp, using it for 60% of the game, and it's equivalent to 0.6. And the 2-1-3 is for 40%, so 0.4% out of 10 minutes. So that is being used only 40% of the time of the game. So it's being used less than actually the 2-2-2 comp. So it's not actually as prevalent as people are making it out to be.
This is a foundational change, and we will be monitoring it closely. Our goal is always
is
to
literally just to
encourage
get rid of-
lineup
not
diversity,
get rid of it, but to
not to
make it
simply
less
kill off
prevalent
triple
and
strategies
reduce that
comps.
percentage by way
Triple
more.
strategies teams will
So
still
instead of
offer
having it at a 40%, so almost a 50% chance of having a strategist versus a triple support comp or a 2-2-2 comp, more likely you're going to have more 2-2-2 comps or some other comps and have like maybe like a lower than 40% chance of having triple support at some point in your game.
high survivability through regular abilities, but may lag behind vanguards and duelists in ultimate cycles. Of course, there will always be exceptions survivability through regular abilities, but
Oh wait, I get backed out. How did I back out? Oh, good to go.
we are reducing overall the gap between poke and dev heroes in energy game, letting divers catch up while repositioning or waiting for an opportunity. For strategies, damage and healing to energy conversion will be reduced less, while passive energy regen will be reduced more. For similarly about, our goal is always to encourage lineup diversity, not to simply kill off triple strategies comps. Triple strategies teams will still offer high survivability through regular abilities, but may lag behind vanguards and duelists in ultimate cycles.
Okay, so they're saying that basically they will still be pretty prevalent in the fact of just their abilities and survivability, but coming to the ults where they just then can just cycle it out, and by the time one goes out, the other one one of the other two has it, so then that other one uses it, and then by the time that second person is out of their ult, the third one is close to their ult. Instead of having that always happen and constantly having this cycle, that's going to be less prevalent, but we're going to still have survivability just in their and the abilities of the support. So they're not getting completely severed in every little way, but their abilities are staying the same. But their ults are not completely being changed, but being changed in a way where it's not going to be completely, utterly impossible to kill them through. Which I think is a really good change, because we needed that, because this game just feels kind of like it's just whoever gets a Gambit ult first, or Invis ult first, or a Cloak and Dagger ult first, because Cloak and Dagger gets her ult way too fast. Same with Invis, same with Gambit. I want to say now same with Loki, because all four of those characters have the fastest growing outs, and you could say with Jeff too, where five of those characters have a literal they are ult farmers. The ult merchants of the support role, and they really needed to fix that, and I'm glad they're fixing it this season, and instead of waiting for a super long time.
Of course, there will always be exceptions. For example, a highly coordinated comp containing Gambit, Loki, Mantis will remain strong with good teamwork. Loki, Mantis. A highly coordinated comp containing Gambit, Loki, Mantis will remain strong with good teamwork.
So it just depends on teamwork. That's literally what it is. It requires team up. You just need to be a team. You can still play these characters even if they get nerfed. You just have to have better teamwork to understand it. Like, people don't understand that this is a team-based game. You know that we're not playing solo with a bunch of bots that just don't understand. If you're playing the AI versus AI mode, and you're thinking you're playing good against actual good players. No, you're just playing against bots and losing against bots. My guy. Poke versus dying.
Range heroes have a vital role to inflict sustained harassment. They are required to check flyers and preemptively soften up divers. This strategy elevates the constant threat faced by the backline, helping to maintain a smoother overall pace of confrontation. We don't want a scenario where divers or flyers completely dominate the battlefield.
Understandable.
Which will be...
Because I don't want dive to also just dominate I definitely don't want Flyers to dominate because we've already had seasons with Storm and Torch dominating. They had to nerf Torch, and now Torch is considered one of the worst, one of those super bad characters. But he's not so bad that he's Widow level, or I forget what other characters, or like when Hulk was bad. But he's still in a decent level, but he's not as good as he once was. He definitely can still be used. But I feel like we do need a diver meta. We need to go back to original season almost 0, where divers could actually do something. I know like they're afraid of doing that to dominate, where divers are dominant. But at the same time, it's like you can do something. They probably can do something that prevents divers from being completely overpowering, but then still give them the power to at least feel like they're able to do something. Because I feel like say Venom right now is pretty good, but I just feel like he doesn't do as much as other characters. Or you've got like Magneto or Hulk. Hulk is one of the biggest ones. Barely, like Hulk can barely do anything in this game because he's one of the most. He's one of the most beloved characters in the game or in just Marvel in general. But proceeds to be like he's been complete butt cheeks since the game's launch because he is so counterable in every circumstance. The only reason why he was considered decently good, or people were like, oh, he's way too good of a character, but they never nerfed him for real because people just didn't know how to play against him, and people were just banning him because of that. But people were saying like literally he is not that good. People that literally like play him all the time, like Flats or were playing him when the first came out, like Flats and some of the top players that play Tank literally say like he is not that good. He is literally one of the worst characters in the game because tanks in general. It's one of the worst roles to play because we're either forced to solo tank or forced, or we play a character and you just can't do nothing because they have a character like Penny, or a tank that literally just sits there and does nothing and adds so much value by doing nothing. Sits on her nest because she gets healed by it, or gets too much healing by it, and then they get their strategists that just immediately heal them back up to full HP no matter how much you hit with Hulk, because Hulk just does not do enough damage to combat that. But it's literally just, I think they kind of need to go to a season where dive is the complete meta, is one of the best roles. It's just so we can feel. I feel like dive tanks need to have a moment. There's been enough strategists and DPS seasons where they are just overpowered. Like from season 0 to now has been just DPS and support overload of just the best players. Those are the best things to play because hit scan has always been good. Hella's always been good since the beginning. Phoenix, when she came out, was the best, and she's still good. She's actually better than Hella now because they had to nerf Hella, and now Hella's below her. You have Namor had his recent buff back in like season 5.5 or 6, and now he's one of the best. I think he needs to go back to where he was because he just genuinely is stupid to deal with. There's Wolverine with his ult. Like there's so many DPS in this game, but they keep buffing, and they also keep buffing DPS, or barely like nicking DPS with a nerf that barely does anything. Why tanks or support gets completely nerfed, which understandably supports kind of need to be nerfed, because I understand why supports like why nerf you want the healing and stuff, but at the same time it's like you don't need to be able to survive a character that should be Hulk does 75 damage of HP. You should not be surviving as an invis behind a shield that sits there that I am punching through and getting constant healing. So then you're immediately just out healing the damage. So every punch, and since my damage is slower than yours because you can throw your heal slash damage through me and then pull it back to do more damage is ridiculous. But that's why I think they need to nerf the Invis shield again, where either it does less healing or overall, through like no matter who is behind that shield, after 3 seconds it stops healing people because it does not need to do consistent healing. I'm hoping they kind of in the patch notes this one, but at the same time I don't know if they're going to do it. If they don't do it, it's not like a big deal. Like we can still deal with it. She's dealable with. But she's still one of those characters turn your brain off like Cloak and Dagger, where you can just sit in the back, turn your brain off, and just add so much value by not even be paying attention. But I'm not also want to say I'm not a Invis connoisseur either. I haven't played Invis since I don't think I played her one time when she launched, and I haven't played her since because I just don't play strategists like that. So I'm not gonna say I know 100% that she needs to be nerfed. Like super heavily, but I think the one thing that she needs to do instead of doing a cooldown change, and like have a 3 seconds on that shield to have only healing, and for anybody, including herself, that only 3 seconds of healing, it does, and then it stops, and it just acts as a shield. That's all it does, is acts as a shield. And if it gets destroyed, either a 2 second timer or just don't do the timer, or if she pulls it back, there's like a 2 second delay on when it goes back up before, or a second, or between a second to 2 second delay before it starts healing again. Because I think that's where it's the most broken. Because how much HP does it do? Like 50 to her, 25 or 50 to her or something like that. I don't remember exactly her. Someone could probably tell me that. If they know any of that, but I don't. I think that's just that's the one thing that she needs slightly changed, is being able to heal consistently without even having technically to heal, and then on top of that you can heal them if you want to. Like you can put literally that shield down, and by the time that shield either gets broken or taken away, that person's that's behind the shield is back up to full HP, pretty much full HP. Or they have the shield up and they're also healing them, so then your damage does nothing. But let's get back to the dev vision, because
exhausting for everyone. So, we are cautious with adjustments to poke heroes, ensuring fair play and dynamic engagements. We already nerfed some ranged heroes in Season 6.5, and based on the comeback data, their win rates have shown a marked decline, so we will exercise caution in adjusting the ranged heroes.
So, they're not really adjusting them anymore. They're just putting out caution, just in case they still are way too strong, they might do it. Which is, I guess, a better answer than saying, oh, we're going to nerf them into just nerfing them to the ground. Because I don't want to see any hero nerfed so badly to the ground that they just are unplayable. Widow. But she's not been nerfed, but the fact that she's just bad in general, which I think she should be changed completely. Like, she needs a complete rework like Jeff. She should be more like her MCU counterpart, not whatever lore they're pulling from counterpart, or whatever world she's from. She needs to be the MCU counterpart, because I think she would work a lot more. She should be more like another version of Psylocke than what she's being. Like, she's trying to be like Hawkeye and not like not like Psylocke. I think she's supposed to be an assassin, not a sniper. That's the wrong category she should be in. She should be a close range assassin like Psylocke. Or Psylocke's more of a medium to close range or ranged like an assassin, or she's a ninja. So I think Widow should be more like that. That's what they need to change her to, because I think she would work a lot better like that. She should be more acrobatic. And she should have abilities like I'm gonna hate to say it, even in my own head. I'm like, why am I gonna say this? But she should kind of have like moves like Star-Lord, where she can dodge, but without the protection. Because I find the protection on Star-Lord stupid. Because there's times where I should have hit him, but he dodges at the 1 second. It either then misses or hits him, but then the protection protects him. But then his spin, you are allowed to hit him when he's spinning around. So I think they either should take the protection away from Star-Lord, which is a completely another character, but take the protection away, or take do something with the other, do something else with it, because it doesn't make sense to me.
We will be nerfing Winter Soldier and Elsa.
Yes. Literally, you're just saying the same character, because everybody can agree these two are exactly the fucking same, because they're exactly Elsa is literally just a better version of Bucky. Just a better version of Bucky. Try to say it to people that think, no, they're completely different characters. Yeah, probably by lore base, but by physically in game and how they play exactly the fucking same. Bucky has like a stun and does significantly too much damage to tanks for three bullets. Or has a significantly lower ammo count, but does so much damage that tanks can't even really do nothing against it. Elsa does exactly the same thing. Has only has twice the amount of bullets version of him, so a better version in bullet count. Does just the same amount of damage, but basically more because of the more bullet amount. She has more of a chance of actually killing somebody with more HP. And it had more abilities that are better than that don't slow people down and stuff. Bucky just the thing is, they're both a better version of each other in different ways. Where Elsa has a better bullet count and probably better damage because of the bullet count. But Bucky has like the multiple stun abilities and slow and grounding abilities and his grapple. And she has a stun. They're just basically both a better version and a worse version of each other at the same time. So this is actually really good because Elsa needed to be nerfed again. I think Bucky has been needing nerfed since his buff, or since the season after his buff, because it was ridiculous that they made him have 2 orbs and then all his hook. His hook stuns you no matter what character you play, because even it stuns thing, and then he can ground you as a tank, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Hopefully it's something significant for Bucky, and not just damage based, and it's not just damage based for Elsa either. It's actually significantly to their ults, or something significantly to their abilities that like reduce their amount of upkeep time on damage, I guess.
Bloodstone, while buffing Hulk, Blade.
Hulk, because I heard that we're buffing Hulk, but people were like not happy with Hulk's buff. Blade needed the buff, but at the same time, I think, well, everybody thinks Blade needs a buff, but I think Blade is not really needing a buff, to be honest. Hear me out. Blade, I think it's just, yeah, he had bad timing because he was the last character before they started cranking out characters more often. But at the same time, I think he was perfect because he's one of the only other anti heroes that are in the game that give anti to other people. And it can be significant that really the tanks. But I don't know. Maybe the buff is needed because he probably just needs the damage. But I don't know about the I don't know what they're gonna do with the buffs. Panther for me is either or. Oh Jesus! Not coughing. It could be a hit or miss. I think there's people already saying it's not that great. If that got early access, and then Deadpool. Is that Duelist Deadpool specific? Yeah, Duelist Deadpool specifically is getting buffed because because everybody is just realizing that Deadpool and Tank and Support are probably the two best tank pool being actually the best out of all three, support being the next best, and then DPS pool is just complete dog. It's like complete doo doo. It's not the best. But those four kind of needed buffs. I won't lie. I would love to see more Panther players because then the team up with Hulk. I'd love to see more Blade players because Blade kind of been just gotten shafted this entire freaking game since his release. So I do feel bad people that do want to play Blade and can't play Blade. So I do feel bad people that do want to play Blade. But we just gotta see how it goes. First.
Black Panther,
Keep going.
Darius Deadpool, and others. However, since Steel Devil has been as strong for several seasons, he will be nerfed.
Yes, again, another character that needed to be nerfed. I think he was more balanced. Definitely a better when he got his original. He definitely got a nerf that was good originally. I think just people got and it was definitely good for supports because he wasn't as strong, but he's still strong against supports. He's one of those characters that you just choose to die the supports for. I don't really see a lot of Daredevil players in my games for some reason. And when I do, it's always on the opposite team, and they end up getting rolling. And then when we get one, it's always the complete opposite of just they are like either complete doctors or just mid players. It's just, but it's rare actual encounters with them for some reason. I don't know, like maybe just all the Daredevil players just left, decided not to, or playing something else. It's one of those die players that just was good, got a slight nerf, and for some reason everybody stopped playing it, even though he's still technically really good. Where are they balancing else? Please nerf Petty.
Beyond these broad changes, in Season 7.0, Doctor Strange and Vanguard Deadpool will be nerfed.
No, not fucking Strange. He just got his buff not too long ago. I actually really love the damage he has. He can actually do something. Please don't go back down to... I'm hoping it's to his... something to his ult or something. Or something that's not his main damage. Because that would be ridiculous to me. to just to nerf his, give him a buff like in season 5.5 or something like that, and then completely basically taking that buff away and just making him kind of worse. Vanguard Deadpool maybe because he was actually he's pretty good, so he might need a slight nerf. I just don't know what they're gonna do.
While Iron Man, Scarlet Witch,
no,
and Luna Snow.
No. Iron Man, maybe. You just don't see Iron Man a lot, so I understand why they're doing that because they changed up the meta. But Witch, I see way too many witches because somebody chooses trying to choose Scarlet Witch, and then Luna does not need a fucking another buff. Why are we buffing this? She got another fucking team up, and a buff. Why? Why are we giving her two things that she does not need? I think that this is dumb. These two are dumb. This dude's fine because he kind of he needs definitely a buff. But these two did not need buff. They were just fine the way they are because she already got a significant buff to her ult, and I think she's gonna get a nerf to her team up. Hopefully, it's not the team up that got buffed back because it's stupid if it does, because then that's just gonna run rampant in the game, and plus with Luna being buffed and getting another team up, and all the already current team ups in the game
will be buffed.
And it's Storm
Emma
with the
Frost,
team.
Magic, Gambit, Invisible Woman, and others will receive tuning for the new environment. Gambit's
tuning for the new environment, so the new maps or the new way the game is played. It's kind of just very vague. I'm understanding that probably that is for a reason. Because it's probably just because the way the maps are, the new map is probably going to be played. New map or maps they might be adding, or game modes, it might not function very well. So they might be being tuned, because they're specifically about to talk about Gambit and his ult being nerfed. They're picking him up because everybody keeps saying he is too good. For me, he's killable. He's just like in Viz right now, where he is killable. Just people just give up on killing him because they are not very good at killing him, and that is the problem.
Ultimate is the main focus for his nerf.
But if it's needed, it's needed.
Dirt.
But I think
Dirt. I
Yes, needs another nerf.
I'm a dirt nerd.
When your severe asthma says you can't,
crowd control. What is this mean? Crowd control.
As you know, Marvel Rivals heroes are very mobile, which means landing skill shots can be tricky. That's why control effects are built into many kits to serve as a baseline guarantee for their skill sets. But as the hero roster grows, so does the number of CC effects, leading to negative gameplay experience.
Hulk, having Emma, having Angela, having every other stun character, and then having Hulk just being abused. The most abused King Tank in the game, and keep adding more CC to the game, and that's why he can't be used.
It's when they stack. So, we are planning a new core mechanic change. If a hero is hit by multiple control effects in a short time, subsequent controls will be weakened. Since this is a big...
So, you can still get hit by them, they're just not going to be as strong. So, like, say, you get hit by an Emma Angela CC effect. Or what? Because technically, the Glortrox is technically CC, right? Because you can't move out of it. Because it's a count control. I don't know what the actual definition of the CC thing would be, but I'm assuming it's anything that has to do with stopping people from moving forward or moving in a way where, or basically controlling them in one area. Basically, that's what they're doing. So that can be Glortrox, Emma's just diamond form, Angela's spear charge. That could be anything. Hulk could even be part of that because he technically has a CC.
Change. We will test Ruli before rolling it out, targeting season 7.5.
Okay, so it's not coming out. That's good. It's not coming out in season 7, but at the same time, so we're gonna deal with another almost half. Technically, I call it half season of CC Bull. And Hulk probably won't be able to be played during the season because White Fox is going to be played. Woo.
If all goes well. As always, this isn't everything. For full detailed balance changes, check the upcoming patch notes. We will also be releasing the season 6.5 hero pick and win race very soon.
I probably should check that out, the win rates, the hero pick rates and stuff. But I'm probably not going to check it out.
In competitive, bans per team will increase from 2 to...
And this is the one everybody is excited for and we've been asking for. Increased hero bans. If you don't know, like I've always suggested to watch other creators as creators/streamers like Flats or whatever. And Flats is really one of those good ones that actually voices his opinion and good changes for games, especially someone that has been playing Overwatch for such a long time, and the one that inspired me to play tank, and then when coming over to Marvel Rivals, keep playing tank over in this game, especially. He said that they should go all out and just go increase it to 4, so 8 bans in an entire game. I think what they should do is do this, where they do go increase it to 3, but then add another one where it's a protection one. Because what does support Pro Play has that, and I forget how many actually bans they get. I think they each get what 5. I forget how many bans Pro Play gets, but if it's the same amount, maybe not a good idea because then that's just being Pro Play at that point. But at a certain point when you get like to Eternity, if you get to Eternity, then you can start doing saved characters. But don't know. This is good because we definitely need it because people just basically throwing games from the get-go of having a ban that just because they don't want to play against one specific character, and you can't, and it's the second ban, or they're wasting the first ban on that is ridiculous, and having dual bans.
3, and each ban phase will be shortened.
Okay, that's good.
With more heroes
Or
in the
ban
pool,
phases that are needed.
this should help balance the experience on both sides.
Because I think the ban phases were too long, had too long their timers, and having the individual like 5 seconds.
In Season 7,
And,
placement matches
to
will
see
now
what you
factor
get.
in personal performance. After you finish all 10 placements, the system will evaluate your performance in those matches and adjust your starting rank accordingly.
Okay,
Good performance means a bonus, poor performance a slight reduction.
So it's not gonna, okay, they're changing it to evaluate not just by, okay, you played in these games, you got this amount of wins and this amount of losses, and we're gonna place you in this rank. Because I got what place when I first placed in the game, down in like silver or gold, and are ranked all the way up from there to here. To where I'm at, to Celestial, and then kind of just hung around GM Celeste area now. Now it's more defined on like, okay, what's your performance? If you did good, even but at the same time, is just evaluating by both or just by performance now? Did he say by? Evaluating by both or just by performance now? Did he say by? Oh, it says factor in personal performance. So it's going to do both. Okay, this amount, you played all these 10 matches, and out of these 10 matches, you say you won 7 and you lost 3. But also, say the 7 games you won, only 5 of them you actually did relatively well. And actually had a great performance, or like, and I say 5 of them you had like decent performance, you had normal performance. You probably don't get anything for that, but then like two out of those 5 are like you were the best on the team. You had the best performance. You were the best. You get a bonus for that. And then say in the ones you lost, the 3 that you lost. 2 out of the 3 you lost, you actually were the best on the team. You actually had the best performance of your team. You died the least. You did the most damage, and you actually did as much as you could, and you even in the loss. That means you can still get up to a high rank even by losing a game, which I think can be good and bad at the same time. Because then you're going to have people that might possibly try to purposely lose, but then do really good, and then and still get, or people that do really good in a game that actually aren't really that good, and then climb up to a rank that they're not really actually supposed to be in, just because they got a really good score on one game that they lost, and then they get their final rank and say they normally play in a gold lobby. They in previous placements they have like a gold level, but then this one they got like diamond 1, and decide to the game decides to give them diamond 1 because of their whatever win-loss ratio. Win-loss ratio / the performance ratio, and then they go. Then they start in the diamonds. They say, "Oh, I'm actually really good," but then they start going down, and then they're like, "Oh, is this thing not accurate?" And what is it? It's like, I don't know how that's gonna work. This is good. I think good or not, which I think it's definitely a better option than what they have right now, where it's just based on games, because then it's not actually giving people the performance that are doing really better than their entire team, and like giving the people that actually deserve to get a higher rank than what they actually are. But I don't know. It could be worse. They could have chosen something worse, or they could have chosen something better. I don't. It's just time will tell with this new system. If they'll remove this eventually, or keep it and add something else, or just add something else. Something.
Good performance means a bonus. Poor performance a slight reduction. up to a max of 1 division either way.
Okay, 1 division entirely. So you can go up 1 or some divisions, depending on how bad
Based on a great portion of the fan feedback, Tokyo 2099 Shin Shibuya will return to the competitive map pool in season.
They got rid of it back in what, season 2 or 3, or season 4, and then everybody's been wanting it back ever since, because I think that was one of the best maps in the game. Current maps right now are kind of, I don't want to say they're terrible. They're just, they don't flow as well as Shibuya 2099 or they just don't flow as well as the original few maps that we had, especially with the new characters. Because here's the thing: the new characters flow with the old maps the best, and the old characters flow with the old maps the best. While the new maps, they don't really flow well with them. Or so it's weird. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work with new characters. It could possibly be the opposite effect, where the new characters don't just flow very well with the maps. Could possibly be good on the old maps too, though. So it might not be. It's time. It will, again, time will tell with this. Definitely tell with this one too, with this map returning.
7. We all want Marvel Rivals to be the best game possible, and we are working around the clock to make sure it feels as great as ever. Please keep providing your feedback, and we are grateful for your kindness and patience. Ignite battle.
Thank you. Okay, and then we're gonna watch these two, and then I'm gonna end stream after these two. I was gonna play some games, but this is just a pop-up stream real quick to check these out. So
you know,
I
you could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy.
Just check out the what we have.
White Fox here. The hunt begins.
Why did I see that in front of bouncing coming back to her in that first? I'm already starting up coming back. Why didn't it look like it was coming back? No. Wait, is it bouncing? Never miss. Wait, so you can attack the you could heal your teammates and it will attack the enemy. And then if you attack the enemy, it will bounce towards your teammates and heal your teammates. Oh, this is just Kiriko in another game. This is Kiriko in what? And Kiriko and Sue put together. My voice. Kiriko and Invisible Woman put together. That's nuts. Well, Sue might not be used anymore. This might be just the new Invisible Woman, and basically the version of Kiriko in this game, but better than Kiriko. But we don't know yet. Just look. This is why I look. That was the first ability.
Ancestral power. Come with me! I'm ready! Beware of the Kumiho!
I am flying!
Samurai Shigo!
Execution!
So what was the point of calling Star-Lord? Star-Lord trap? Oh no, wait, hold on. There's different abilities. So you can put like a healing thing on him, and he can. Wait. Is that the white fox they're talking about, where it like how that the team up for her and Luna are having? But like she has it in her ult, so she can protect one of her, say, diving DPS or tanks. That if somebody ults them, or like say a Strange ults you, that won't affect you. Oh yeah, this is another CC immunity from someone that gives CC immunity. Oh, I can see combos like her with Hulk and Hulk in his ult. That would be a sick ult combo. That might actually be sick if that's how it's going to work. I actually kind of want, this is the one character I actually kind of wanted to try since Jeff's since the game's release of a support hero. This is the last one. The battle map. We get a Halloween, a scary theme. Are we doing a Halloween theme? Alright, at the end of the like an opera probably. Another magic skin. Another penny skin as well. Loki, Thor. No. So what? I shouldn't be surprised by this. And then Adam's skin of the tribunal. The Doctor Strange. Oh, he's in his doctor outfit and a rocket raccoon. Angela skin. That skin's not that bad. I feel like this skin more than the last one she got. More of a casual skin for Loki. I kind of like that. I like that better than Escape than Thor having a casual skin too. Okay, we're getting a bunch of like normal human. I would say that, and it's a couple like dark themed skins. This one's so out of fucking place. I don't understand why we're getting a penny skin that's Halloween themed in the middle of going into April. But this Doctor Strange skin, if that's Doctor Strange, yeah, that's Doctor Strange. And then the Loki and Thor casual skins. And then Angela having more armor. Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna add like in a couple seasons an Angela skin that's a casual skin for human, like just casual human skin. Like that would be kind of cool. Another Rocket skin. Adam Warlock. You know the people are gonna be rocking this skin definitely. I am the Tribunal. Once this season comes, I'm gonna probably rock the cat. I'm gonna probably get this and rock the fuck out of this skin. Because I love this Tribunal skin. It's definitely giving comic book vibes. This Hawkeye skin's alright. Why do we need another Luna skin? Why do we need another Magic skin? Why do we need another Penny skin? I'm fine with Rocket because Rocket don't really gets used, but he really doesn't get isn't that big of a deal being in there, to be honest. I just love all these. I don't mind the Magic skin either too much. And then this one's just fire. I like that one. But that's all I have for this stream. Thank you all for joining. I know it's not my usual time I stream for my schedule, and if you're on all the other platforms, especially on TikTok, I would appreciate if you go over to my Twitch channel and check out, and if you're on Kick as well. Over my Twitch and check out my schedule because I do stream on specific days. I've had different schedules in the past few weeks and it's changed. So if you want to, just go look at that schedule. Make sure you're always up to date when I do go live. And always put that hit that follow and put the notification on. I also do content on other channels on YouTube as well. I'm trying to get back and doing content on it, but I'm really excited for season 7. The patch notes are I forgot. I got one more, but I might do that in like a whole nother video because I need to figure out how to separate this stuff out because I'm probably going to do multiple different videos on this. But definitely the new characters are going to be exciting. White Fox looks interesting. I can already see a combination, but I haven't really. There's combinations I've seen before that people still haven't used with some of the other characters a lot. Definitely, this Battle Pass is a little weird because the new, like the darker skin, 2 dark skins, 2 or 3 casual skins. You got then her Angela skin. You got the whatever stupid skin for Hawkeye, another Luna skin and Rockets, and definitely the best one out of the whole entire one, or like the 2 actually best, which is Strange and the Atom one. Definitely the Dev Vision was a great one. There's probably still things they can do, but it is what it is. We just gotta go through the season to see how it is. If it's still bad, it's just because maybe the new season is just doing like there's gonna be stuff coming up through the season that we don't know that didn't pop up before or came up because of the new season and what they've added. And I can see like definitely the nerfs and buffs are going to be definitely good for what characters are doing. Having certain ones that are like being monitored but not being touched are kind of vague, but needs to be. I'm glad they're at least monitoring them versus just saying something and then not doing anything. Holy crap! I just sounded really loud, but. Hope y'all enjoyed. Again, make sure to follow on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever platform you are viewing on. Please follow. But if you are on a vertical platform, I do emphasize maybe to go over to more of the horizontal. It'd be a better viewing experience. / my schedules are on at least on my Twitch, so it would be a better. That would be probably the best option because it gives you the schedule and plus the viewing experience. But if you love viewing on the vertical platform, it does not matter to me. Especially this is my first time trying to do it here since I don't have everything set up properly on the TikTok side or the vertical side. This is my first time trying to do it. So, but yeah, hope you all enjoyed this stream. I know it's not gameplay for Marvel Rivals, but I kind of wanted to do something different, and I kind of wanted to live stream it. I did want to play more games, but I usually only do a couple hours, maybe 3, on days that I'm. Well, actually, I was trying to do 4, but now I'm. This one's gonna be short because it's like not a thing that I normally do on a day that I normally do now. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on Saturday when I stream more when the new season comes out for Marvel Rivals. Yeah, it should come out Friday. So, but it's usually it might not come out until later on in the evening. I might have to check to see when it actually comes out through from their dev blogs and stuff. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the